Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, and Bast the Kitten. Isn't she cute? She's so cute. I am milking this for all it's worth, I'll admit it. I love calling her my Halloween cat because she's a black cat and she has orange eyes. Can they see her eyes? Okay. The bumps are the ones that belong. She's so cute. But she's already getting a little restless, as you can see. She's so cute. She actually has these green, I forgot what the ring is, the name of the ring around the pupil. The corona. Yeah, I think it's a corona. She has these like green coronas, and depending upon the light, they go from being a peridot green to an emerald green. Yeah, she's not going to stay here. Okay, I love you. Okay, thank you YouTube. I love her. And I can do that with her now, because you know. Okay, so right now the time is approximately 7:10 p.m. and the date is Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018. So it's been a while since I've done a spread on camera. So I want to tell you a little bit about this spread. So first of all, I'm a subscriber to several YouTube channels, but I also subscribe to a few other WordPress blogs. Some of you know that I have 2 WordPress blogs. I have a professional, metaphysically-oriented WordPress blog called This Is Who I Am, and I have a personal LGBTQIA+ oriented WordPress blog called This Gay Man's Life. So with a lot of the YouTube videos that I do, since they are of a metaphysical, magical, and mystical and spiritual nature, I sometimes write an accompanying WordPress blog. So one of the beautiful other metaphysical blogs that I follow is called Angelorum, Tarot and Healing. And Lisa Frideborg, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, is the web mistress who created it. So I've been a subscriber, a follower of her WordPress blog for quite some time. And I love everything she does. I really do. I love her energy. I love the topics that she has on her blog. And I love her immense creativity. I really do. So she has been creating these wonderful runic tarot spreads. And I asked her if I could do a video and write an accompanying blog post about Thurisaz. And Thurisaz, I'm actually going to show you. This is from the accompanying runes of the Book of Runes by Ralph Bloom. So this is Thurisaz. Now Thurisaz translates as gateway. And what I love about this rune is that it's a very transformational rune for me, intuitively speaking. What I love about this rune is that it really is an opportunity to step into greater greatness. And looking at this rune intuitively, the thing that I'm getting from it is, this is where one is. And then it's like, are you ready to step through that portal? Are you ready to walk through that doorway? Because once you do, you need to be ready for what comes afterward. And when I say what comes afterward, I'm saying it as, this is something you've been wanting. You're clear you want it. You're crystal clear that you want it, you need it, and you deserve it. And you've prepared for it. Now, before you walk through that doorway, are you ready to accept the responsibilities that come with the manifestation of that desire, the grand demonstration of that goal? That's what I'm getting from this rune intuitively. Now, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the Thurisaz Bane of Obstacles Tarot spread, which Lisa Friedberg herself created. I'm very excited about this. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to do a few things. I've already set my table. It's so funny, this is a computer table. and yet I use it in a lot of my videos for casting cards. Sip of some salsa, get some Florida water. In the video description and in the accompanying blog post that I'm going to create for this particular video, I am going to include a link to this particular post, and I'm definitely going to encourage you, especially those of you who love working with runes and love the Sacred Tarot, to begin following her blog. Keep in mind that you do not have to have a WordPress.com account. I happen to have some WordPress blog followers that are email only. So they've registered with an email address, and basically it's like, okay, every time I publish a post, they receive an email stating Robert Alvarez has published a post on This Is Who I Am or This Gay Man's Life. And I do have some followers that are subscribed to both. Okay, so I've been divinely guided to use the Adrian Tarot, which was illustrated by Adrian Coley, for this reading. And as always, I'm going to ask the goddesses, ascended masters, and angels to be with me as I cast these cards, as I shuffle the deck. And of course, even though this is a reading that I'm conducting for myself, as some of you have mentioned in your comments in my videos like these before, sometimes these readings speak to you. And I remember one such comment. The person wrote, "I felt like this reading was just for me," which I took as a huge, huge, huge compliment. But I invite you to give yourselves, especially those of you watching this video and those of you who do this spread on your own, give yourselves the opportunity to surrender and release whatever obstacles are in your path right now. And of course, the moon is waning. So this is an excellent time of the lunar month to surrender and release, to banish, to dissolve, to eliminate. Okay, so I'm ready. Okay, so this is a 5-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to use the rune from the Ralph Bloom set as a visual. And here we go. Card number 1. What obstacle or difficulty am I called to overcome now for the highest good? And it is the Queen of Swords. So one of my obstacles and one of the challenges that I have is maintaining emotional detachment. I've always been very sensitive, I'm highly empathic, and there are certain things that emotionally upset me and anger me. Racism, bigotry, Islamophobia, animal torture. These are things among many that definitely get me riled up. In the Sacred Tarot, there are 4 counselor cards. There's the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Of those 4 counselor cards, the Queen of Swords is the only one that has no direct or indirect relationship to the element of water. She is a master of emotional detachment. Not surprisingly to Julian de Burgh, who created the Celtic Tarot, or rather one of the tarot decks with that name, he sees queens as fixed signs. Fixed air is Aquarius. Aquarius in Western astrology is the master of emotional detachment. That's not to say that every Aquarius is unfeeling, just the opposite. But Aquarians know that emotions can be very messy. So do Capricorns. And remember, there was a time when Uranus ruled both there was a time when both Saturn ruled both Capricorn and Aquarius. It was after the official discovery of Uranus, or Uranus, that Uranus began ruling Aquarius. Be that as it may, one of the obstacles or difficulties that I have is, which I am now being called to overcome for the highest good, or as I would say, the good of all and the harm of none, and my fellow witches would say that as well, is creating, manifesting, and maintaining emotional detachment. Okay, card number 2. This card represents the resistance within myself to overcoming this obstacle. And it is the Strength card. And it's so funny because when I first turned it over, I thought it was the Hanged Man, but it's the Strength card. So the resistance within me makes perfect sense because, first of all, if this card corresponds to Aquarius energy, and for me in a lot of readings it does, it's interesting to note that Aquarius is the polar opposite of Leo. And the Strength card is astrologically aligned with the sun sign Leo. And then, of course, I have a very feeling heart. I have a very healing heart. And sometimes my heart has felt so deeply that it's actually caused my heart physical problems. So I know that now more than ever, I need to overcome that resistance to creating, manifesting, and maintaining emotional detachment, especially for the good of all and the harm of none. Card number 3, opposing forces in the world around me. So this card represents the opposing forces in the world around me that prevent me from manifesting this particular goal. Why am I not surprised? It's the Queen of Cups. So, Queen of Cups, again according to Julian de Berg, represents Scorpio energy. I was raised by a Scorpio. And it's interesting to note that going from my rising sign to the natal houses, my natal 4th house, which is the house of Cancer, house of home and family, is ruled by Scorpio and governed by Pluto. Actually, it's co-governed by Mars and Pluto. And it is no coincidence that it was actually my Scorpio maternal grandmother who raised me, more so than my Sagittarian mother. So this is the obstacle I need to overcome. I need to overcome the obstacle around me of people saying, you feel too much, and coming across as very unfeeling and aloof, whereas I'm feeling everything so deeply, sometimes too deeply. The other interesting thing, and I'm noting the lotus flower, is that the Queen of Cups could easily represent Guanxi, the Chinese goddess of mercy, compassion, and forgiveness. So this is also a reminder to me that sometimes I have a fear of being less compassionate by being more emotionally detached. And I can always call upon Quan Shi to help me maintain my compassion for others while still maintaining emotional detachment. And then we have card number 4. How to focus my energy in order to be victorious. I love that. I love that. I'm going to read that again. Card number 4. How to focus my energy in order to be victorious. It is the 3 of Wands. Or I think in this tarot deck it's called stabs. Or rods. I'll find out soon. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says 3. Okay. So I'm going to use the common term 3 of Wands. Well, you know, it's funny because I look at this card as multiple blessings. So when I have plenty of peace, plenty of health, and plenty, or more specifically, when I am living, not just experiencing, but when I am living profound peace, when I am open and receptive to creating, manifesting, and maintaining deep and powerful healing, and when I am manifesting ever-increasing divine financial supply, my ability to focus my energy to be victorious in manifesting this victory, if you will, becomes easier, faster, and more powerful. And then, card number 5, what temptation to avoid as I strike full force? Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. Need to refresh the mouse so that I can see the spread. So, at what am I striking full force, or at whom? For me, it's a what. So, I need to strike full force on whatever is inside of me that prevents me from overcoming that obstacle and prevents me from triumphing over that difficulty. So, what temptation must I avoid so that I can strike full force against this obstacle or difficulty and have my victory? Knight of Swords. I have been saying for years that the Knight of Swords is the card of the spiritual warrior. So for me, the temptation is becoming complacent. The temptation is not maintaining my spiritual practices. The temptation is, oh, I can do it another time. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I'm not focused. But I know, and the late and great Scott Cunningham wrote this in his books, especially Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner, and that is that when one needs rest, one does not do ritual. When one is ill, one does not do spell work. So I know that being healthy, remaining healthy, having plenty of rest, plenty of balance between work and play, rehydrating my body, eating good foods, taking my vitamins, my medication, etc., that's important so that I can maintain my connection to the divine, my deep and powerful connection to the divine, so that when my psychic guides talk to me, I'm listening and I'm understanding, and then I'm going forward. The final message card is the Knight of Coins. And by the way, this is a tarot deck where all the cards of the minor arcana have subtitles. So this one is called Gain. And certainly, this is a pip deck, by the way. And I normally don't use pip decks, but I really love this particular pip deck. So to me, Nine of Coins as the final message card makes perfect sense, because it really is an indication that once I overcome this obstacle, once I can create, manifest, and maintain emotional detachment on an ongoing basis, and once I know that I can maintain that, then it will be easier and more effective for me to manifest the desires that I want, the desires that I have, and certainly manifest ever-increasing financial success, professional success, and divine financial supply. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my trusty runes, and I love this set of runes. And I love the fact that I'm going to be bringing this very box, which I purchased at Mystical Times in New Hope, Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful little box. And I'm going to pull a rune as a final message from the divine. And I'd be curious to see which one it is, well, for obvious reasons. And a few not so obvious reasons. You. Oh my goddess. Okay, so I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of this rune. So, I I honestly do not remember the name of this rune, but I will make sure to include it in the accompanying blog post, and also in the description box. It is the rune of movement. Now here's the interesting thing. The literal translation of this M is movement. The symbolic meaning of this rune is mountain. And this rune is equivalent to the strength card of the Sacred Tarot. Wow. I'm telling you, this blows my mind in a whole new way. Because I didn't even think about what the rune might be. Like, intuitively, I knew it wasn't going to be Thurisaz. That would be, like, really wild. But I knew... Actually, you can focus back on me now. Thank you so much, my awesome audiovisual person. So, yeah, so I'm just like... I knew it wasn't going to be Thurisaz. But I knew it was going to be something. I just didn't know it was going to be that. That blows my mind in a whole new way. So... this is not a tag video, but feel free to do this video. If you feel divinely guided, if you feel intuitively led to do this video, to do this spread, and you want to record it, and you want to do it as a video reply, you're more than welcome to do so. I absolutely must ask you to remember to include in the description box this particular blog post, because I'm going to make sure that it is included in the description box, and it will be included in the accompanying blog post for this video, the one that I'm going to write for this video. And definitely, you know, because I really honor what Lisa Frideborg does, and I love what she does, and I love what she's been creating. It makes me so happy. I've already told her that I would love to do all of the ones that she's doing, and I know as somebody who's been giving readings professionally for more than 20 years, I know that I can create my own runes. I can do that too, but I can create my own tarot spreads. But I must admit, I'm having so much fun, and I'm really digging what Lisa Frideborg has been doing lately on her blog. I've been very happy with them. I've been very excited with them. And if she grants me the honor and pleasure of doing the other runes, I would be delighted. I'd be overjoyed. And I'd have even more videos that would combine the tarot and runes, which would make me very, very happy, but I digress. So, with that being said, YouTube, as always, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan, and yes, the fan is on because it's too warm in here for me, then please do so. Make sure that you click or tap the bell icon, and I highly recommend that from time to time you periodically check to make sure that your bell icon remains clicked or tapped. I have already had one experience where I stopped receiving notifications for not one, not two, but 3 YouTube videos, or rather 3 YouTube video channels, one of them being Hermit's Cave. And I'm like, no. I absolutely, when that man uploads a video, I want to know about it. I have the honor and pleasure of subscribing to Hermit's Cave's YouTube channel, and I have the honor and pleasure of having him as a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And it has been amazing to me and wonderful to me that there have been several live video chats that he's had that I've been able to attend and participate in, which have made me extremely happy, because for the longest time, I honestly don't remember no, I do. The last time that I was able to join Catch Up Cuppa and Cards, or was it Cuppa, Catch Up and Cards? See, it's been so long, I don't even remember the order, was January of this year, and I was in the hospital. So I was able to catch up with some Cuppa and some cards. But since then, I don't remember the last time that I was able to join one of those wonderful live chat sessions, and I missed them. So the ones that he's had lately during the week have been fabulous. So happy. And if you have not already scheduled your sacred session with me, whether it is an intuitive card reading, whether it is a private metaphysical class, whether it is an energy healing treatment, please do so as soon as possible. As most of you know, I already have appointments scheduled for December 2018. I will be purchasing my 2019 appointment calendar no later than Wednesday, October 31st, 2018. Once I have it in my possession, I will be officially scheduling appointments for both January and February of 2019. Also keep in mind that I am going to have the honor and pleasure of participating in Bare Your Soul Winter Hibernation, which is in January 2019. So I will not only be less available for readings in January 2019, I also will not be giving readings at Notions and Potions in January 2019. So please, I cannot over-recommend that you schedule sooner than later. But with that being said, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish you many blessings of profound peace, deep and powerful healing, and ever-increasing divine financial supply. And good night.